this recent trip, I don't know, I was just like not as impressed. Maybe, I don't know, let's try to figure this out. Maybe it's because I've been there so often that, you know, it's kind of worn off on me. I mean, as of recently, I haven't been there very often, but I used to go often. And so going back recently, I don't know, I do like it when there's a lot of people. So we were there over the weekend, and Friday when we arrived, it wasn't as busy, I think, as it usually is. I don't know, maybe it's where we stayed at the Paris. Because I will say when we were there on Saturday, it got much busier. And it is so different to see, you know, all the different people and the lights and the, you know, it's very busy. I love all of that, but I don't know, for some reason this time I was kind of turned off by, I guess how it can be pretty dirty, like if you really look around. I mean, it's great to see all the lights and all of that, but then when you really look deeper, it can be kind of gross and dirty, and I wish they would take the time with all the money that they have in that city in Las Vegas to clean it up a bit more. You know, I think that would be great. But anyway, so yeah, we got there on Friday, and I was thinking of putting these charms and beads into. Should I put it into this slime, the blueberry cow slime? Maybe I will. You know, why not? Just toss them in there. They'll be easy to get out if I want to get them out. So, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, so let's see. We got there on a Friday, and we checked into the Paris, and then I think, I'm trying to remember, we gambled a little bit. We're not huge gamblers, so I hate the feeling of losing money, but it's so much fun. I love playing the slots. I love playing roulette, but I hate that feeling of, oh, I'm just losing, right? So I really won't play that much because of that. And I know, like, people say they have their strategies and stuff. Honestly, I don't think strategies work. I think gambling is just a lose-lose. But then also people say if you play a large amount of money, then you win big, and then, I don't know, but then you lose big too, right? So anyway, so we played a little bit. We might have gotten like a light dinner or something. I'm trying to remember. And then we went and checked out the room, and it was really nice. We had a balcony that overlooked the Bellagio. I liked that look and the fountains and all in it, and it kind of went around so that we could see the Sphere. But man, was it noisy. There was a nightclub, and they were, I mean, you have everything closed up, and it's still bumping. Yeah, it was still pretty loud and hard to fall asleep, but I think Saturday night the club was not playing that really loud music for some reason. Why was it just Friday night? I have no idea, but Saturday night it didn't seem like it was as bad, but maybe I was just super tired and didn't hear it as much. Because, man, we walked so much on Saturday. So Saturday morning we grabbed a quick breakfast. Maybe gambled a little bit again. Not much, let me tell you, not much. And then headed to, I've always wanted to go to that pawn shop. I think it's called Silver and Gold Pawn Shop or something like that. I'm not sure, but it's the one it's pretty famous. And it was on TV. So I wanted to check that out. And this part I hated. When we got to the pawn shop, we pulled into the parking lot, and there was these two guys standing there, and they acted And I know they were not part of the pawn shop after I, figured it out. But they said, park here, and they acted like they're part of it. And then they said, we have a free gift for you and all of that. But it's just all just trying to get you to go and listen to those timeshare things. They're like, it'll only be like 90 minutes. That's a long time. And I'm only here a short amount of time. So I don't want to sit and listen. And I don't want to buy a timeshare. And I don't want to sit and listen to your spiel about a timeshare, because honestly I don't come in here that often and whatever. Anyway, so we managed to get away from them after talking to the main guy about his roulette strategy, where he says he does 7 across either on the right or the left of that roulette number grid. He does like 7 across every time. Well, I tried that later on and it did not work for me, but it worked for him on his phone. But I'm thinking, does your phone app for roulette just make you win quite often so that you go and play in the casinos and lose your money? Probably. Anyway, gosh, I'm very much a Debbie Downer on the gambling, but even though it's so much fun, it really is. I get it. I could get hooked if I wanted to throw my money away. But so there's a reason they have a disclaimer online when you're playing like stuff like that. It's like, okay, you can get help for being addicted to gambling. Yeah, because it's so addictive. And then they're bringing you drinks. Like, would you like a drink? Would you like... I saw someone getting a massage while they were like, I don't know, I think they were at like the poker table or something. So, okay, let's see. So then we went into the pawn shop and oh my gosh, to be honest, I thought it would be a lot bigger. It's not as big as I thought, and it was so expensive, and I thought, oh my god, all that stuff is used. Why is this so expensive? Like, I thought it would be very, a lot more reasonable, but it wasn't. Like, I was looking at the jewelry and stuff, and you can't really see the prices, but I managed to see some of the prices, and like one of the rings was like $2,000. And I was like, no, this is way more expensive than I thought. I was like, no. So I looked around a bit more. Everything was pretty pricey, and we left. And we went to Hell's Kitchen. Wow. Highlight Hell's Kitchen. Oh my gosh, thank goodness that was after the pawn shop, because it's like it's so big, it's so open, it's so like the show. Like, to be honest, it is. It looks like you're on the show. They have the blue and the red, just like on the show. It's the environment, the atmosphere. You're paying for all of that because it is very expensive. I tried my best. I think I ordered the least expensive item on the menu. I got the salmon. My husband got, I forget what it's called. It's not filet mignon. It's what they're famous for, with the meat wrapped in bread. That was pretty good. I tried it. It was delicious. And then of course, he got the risotto. Very good. He got the scallops. Very good. Everything was good except my noodles. My noodles that came with my salmon, they needed more salt. Isn't that crazy? Like, and I hear Gordon Ramsay, he's like, this needs more salt. This is bland. This does not taste good. Well, dude, right there in your restaurant in Vegas, I got noodles that needed more salt. You need to taste everything. Taste everything. And then you know if it's good enough to go out. Do I sound like him? And so, yeah. So then after that, we walked around a bit more. We love to people watch. So much fun. We went to we went to the Bellagio. Oh my goodness, another highlight. I love the Bellagio. I think it happens to probably be one of the most beautiful resorts on the Strip. Just so beautiful inside, and Christmas of the Polar Express. Really beautiful, but just on its own, even without that Christmas display, it is absolutely beautiful in that resort. I wouldn't mind staying there again, even though they're building a new Hard Rock cafe, or not cafe, resort, and it's gonna have a pretty good view. It's like not on the strip, not like this way on the strip so that you're just looking at a resort. It's like at the end so that you're looking down the strip. I love that. You know, just like the Mandalay Bay. It looks like this new new Hard Rock resort will like have that view down the strip, which is really nice. No balconies like the Cosmo, the Paris, and so, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, I don't mind it anymore. But okay, so then after Bellagio, we went to dinner at the Paris. We went back to the Paris, and we sat and had dinner outside of the Paris. That looks at the fountain and at the Bellagio. I don't know why you can't walk in front of the Bellagio and the fountain anymore. They had it all blocked off. It was kind of weird. So yeah. So anyway, we had dinner right there with that view, and we got dinner and a show, everyone, because okay, you guys know how when you're in Vegas, there's all these people that come in. They're not a part of, like, they're not paid by like Vegas or anything. They're not paid by the resorts, you know. They just walk around dressed in costume, and they want you to take pictures with them and then, like, you know, pay them or whatever. That's their, you know, that's their whole thing. That's how they make money there. I'm not sure if they're there during the weekday, because I'm sure it's a lot slower during the weekday, but on the weekends they're probably always there on a Friday and Saturday, especially Friday and Saturday night. That's pretty. So in front of where we were sitting, there was these two ladies dressed as showgirls, and then all of a sudden, here comes this guy, and he walks right up to one of them, and he's just so angry, and he's loud, and he doesn't care who hears him, and he's screaming at her that she took a picture with the two women took a picture with him, and the one got between them, but he just kept going, and the other one was like not giving in. She's like giving it back, and he's like, you're a thief, you're a thief. You try to put your hand down my pocket and steal my wallet as I was taking a photo with you. And I swear he went on for 10 minutes. It seemed like 10 minutes, and she was just like, no, I didn't. She was just yelling back, and everyone was staring, and there's no security guards, no police, no nothing. They don't come, like, yeah. Anyway, so dinner and a show, everyone. So anyway, after dinner, I guess what we did was, yeah, we went, and I like to go and stand and watch people playing, and usually it's roulette. That's for me, that's the most fun one to watch. And so we stood and we watched for a little bit. There was like a couple, and then there was two men and another guy, and one guy kept getting in trouble because he didn't wait for them to remove that little device that they put on top of the chips once the wheel is done spinning. He kept taking his money. He got 2 warnings. I'm sure if he got a third, they'd probably kick him out of the game. But he was doing that, and then the person next to him, he had his little satchel, and he pulled out $500, and he put that down, and he put it all over the entire roulette grid of numbers or table, right? And then he lost everything, lost the entire 500, like right there. And then I was like, oh man, what's he gonna do? He goes into his little satchel again, pulls out another 500, proceeds to play the entire thing once again. I mean, all out. And this time he wins, and it looks like he wins, oh, I'd say at least 600, right? And he pockets 100 and then he plays the 500. So, yeah, that was quite interesting. And I thought to myself, whenever I play roulette, and I didn't this time, but I should have, when I start to lose, because I'll play like that sometimes, not 500, I put down maybe like $20. I'm so not into losing money, so I put down my money, and if I win a little bit, I go to play just the red and black squares, right? Oh, and I hate it when it hits 0. But anyway, I play the red and black squares until, I get to where I'm playing with their money. I pocket my money, and then I play with their money. And if I start to lose again, I put it on red and black. And I'm telling you, one time I did that, and I played, no lie, for like 8 hours. I think it was like 8 hours. I was there all day. So, oh no, I'm losing. Play red and black again, and got up again. So yeah, and I loved it because it's like a social game. Like, you get to watch other people and see what they're doing, and you get to, because when you're on your own on the machines, you're not seeing other players, and you're not talking to them, and you're not like, yeah, it's just a whole different vibe, a whole different feel when you're like with a dealer and you're with other people. It's just so much better, for me at least. And I like to see what they're doing, and so yeah. But I will not go 500 down. Like, that's just, I'm not enjoying myself. So when I'm just playing the red and black, and I'm sure they're just like, oh my god, this lady, right? But at least I'm in it for a while, and it's not like really stressful. I'm like, I have $20 on black. Give me a break. It's not that bad. But I'm sure the Vegas people are like, oh Lord, you're wasting a seat. I don't care. Kick me off then. So, yeah. Gosh, there's cameras everywhere. Am I the only one who notices all of that? But the homeless people, it's really, really sad. And when I see homeless people with a dog, oh my gosh, that really sad to me. But it's great that they have this companion, this dog with them. But the doggy, I wish, was roaming like freely in like a huge meadow or field. Oh, maybe they get that every once in a while when they're walking around. But it seems like I walked past this one guy, and he was with his dog, and he was there all day, all night. Like, he didn't seem to move. So I don't know. But so yeah, after that we were exhausted and off back to our little noisy room. But let's see, so the next day we were gonna leave. We checked out, we went over to Miracle Mile and looked through some of the shops there. They had a good sale going at I think it's called Salt. So we went there. We then had breakfast at the same place we had dinner at. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of it. Some French restaurant, French name. So I'm not gonna remember. And then that was nice. It was like, that was pretty drama-free, no show, quiet. There was this guy just out front playing his cello. But yeah, that was what I learned from this trip is that even though I'm like, I'm kind of over it, I will go back. I would love to stay at the Bellagio. I would love to, that one was, oh my gosh, spectacular. My husband wants to stay at the new Hard Rock. I would love, though, to stay at the Bellagio. Next time I'm going to play roulette, and I am going to play my way with the black and the red. And probably just stay one night instead of 2. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. It's not so bad. You arrive on a Friday night, have fun on Saturday, and leave on a Sunday. Not so bad. just way too expensive. Everything's so expensive. Everything. But yeah, that's way too expensive. Maybe see a show. I don't know. Probably not. I think the Sphere was like $100 per person just to go in there, and I'm like, nah. I don't know. The outside is great. I get to see what it's like, a little bit of what it's like. I'm sure it's great being surrounded, like 360 when you're in there. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. It really does feel like you're on the moon when you're in Nevada. Like you feel like you really are on a planet. I was telling my husband that. Oh my gosh, you really feel like, yeah, I'm on a planet. This is like really a strange feeling. But so that was fun. Thanks for listening. My Vegas shenanigans. Not really. Oh wait, one more thing. When we went to the links, there was this guy there, another, what I don't know if it's the right term to say, street performer, okay? And he was like kind of dressed like those guys down under. And he put some French, like those beads from New Orleans, around my neck, and then he was like, come here, and he tried to grab my hand. I'm like, no, because I just was not feeling it, did not want to do that. So I pulled like away, and I was walking away, and I was like, I'll be back, just to like kind of get away. And he's like, will you really be back? I'm like, yeah, I'll be back. I wasn't gonna be back. And he said to me, if you don't come back and I see you, I'm going to give you hell. I was like, what? And then of course from then on I was like, let's avoid this, let's avoid that. It was awful. So yeah, not fun, no. But I managed not to see that guy again, thank goodness. So yeah, that was my trip to Vegas. I think it'll be a while before I go again. But it was a nice little getaway. It did remind me that it makes you, when you do stuff like that, you get to see different people and be around a different environment and get out of your bubble, right? It's good to get out of your bubble and not get complacent and stuck in your ways. I don't know how else to say it other than, it makes you appreciate home. It makes you appreciate. It doesn't make you appreciate my bed, because even this one wasn't the greatest bed or sheets or anything like that. The pillows were wonderful, but a lot of times, oh man, those hotel beds and sheets, gosh, I love them. Makes me think my bed is awful. I wish I could make my bed a resort hotel bed. But it does make you appreciate your surroundings when you get home, your family, your friends. Yeah, at least it does for me. I was just like happy to be home. But yeah, wow, I would love